You know, before I get started, I just wanted to say I hope everybody had an opportunity on Sunday to honor their mom. You know, it's one of those things that none of us get to be here without our moms. So they need to be honored and respected. And I can tell you that my mom's about 5'3", for those of you that haven't met her. She's about 125 pounds and she's 87 years old. And that woman can wield a wooden spoon like you wouldn't believe. I took one right in the shoulder because I went and had a cookie before dinner on Sunday. So anyway, I bless her. She's a great woman. And it leads into exactly the way I want this report to go today. Good morning, brothers and sisters, and welcome to the 114th meeting of the ALPA Executive Board. I call you brothers and sisters because I see all of us as members of the same family. If you think about it, it makes sense. We all share the same name, ALPA. We all come from different airline cultures and operations. We come from different cities and towns across North America. But when our members are faced with challenges, just like family, we stand up for each other. It's that sense of family that binds us. ALPA is our shared legacy. And in my report this morning, I'm going to talk about some of the new ways this relationship is working for us. First and foremost, ALPA is a big family. Think about that house down the street when you were growing up that had enough kids to field a football team. Well, that's us. As of May 13th, ALPA represents 51,070 pilots at 32 airlines. This breaks down to 43,241 active members, 2,477 apprentice or reactivated members, and 859 pilots on furlough. And speaking of membership, I should point out that since our last meeting, we've undergone several changes. My carrier, American Eagle, is now Envoy. 3 pilot groups have entered into custodianship. The pilots of AirTran are in custodianship because of their consolidation with Southwest Airlines. The other 2 groups, Evergreen and North American, have shut down their operations. The ALPA Furloughed Pilot Support Program will be there to help our brothers and sisters. And it's my pleasure to welcome Captain Jim Bigham again and the pilots of JetBlue to ALPA. I know that we all look forward to working with our newest addition to the family. Being part of this family means lending a helping hand to those getting started. ALPA accomplishes this through our education committee, which works with college students interested in becoming airline pilots. Since last fall, the association has established new mentoring programs at Western Michigan University and Parks College in St. Louis. Embry-Riddle Prescott recently honored its ALPA Ace Club with an Eagle Program Award. For those not familiar with Ace Clubs, they provide aviation students and the educators with the opportunity to learn more about the piloting profession from ALPA pilots. The Education Committee has also been busy this spring with activities at Purdue, University of North Dakota, Embry-Riddle Daytona Beach, and Southern Illinois University. I should point out that ALPA's professional development group, which encompasses the Education Committee, looks at the entire career span of an airline pilot. The PDG has been tasked with studying the effects of the large number of ALPA members who will turn 65 in the next 10 years. I think most of us are aware that ALPA's membership is aging. As of May 1st, the average age of an ALPA member was 47 years old. The ability to attract and retain young pilots to the airline industry will be a serious challenge. I'm sure the PDG will have an interesting report at the Board of Directors meeting this fall. And speaking of the PDG, we had another successful leadership conference on the week of February 24th. nearly 60 pilots from 16 airlines were here to meet with ALPA pilot leaders and staff. And I received a lot of positive feedback from the attendees. The Leadership Conference is just one example of the training we provide to our newly elected officers to help them excel in their roles and to network with their peers. The ALPA family is spread across North America, but it's important that we stay in touch. ALPA's Information Technology and Services Department works to ensure that members stay connected and have access to the information they need. IT is working on a number of projects to make our lives easier, including a new password reset feature for the ALPA website. In the past, pilots who forgot their web passwords would have to contact either the ALPA help desk or membership services for assistance. The new reset feature will let a pilot type in his ALPA number, primary email address, and the last 4 digits of his Social Security number. Using this system, members will also be able to unlock their online accounts and set up their profiles without assistance. The password reset project will be implemented July 1st. We hope this new feature will encourage members to keep their contact information up to date. The IT group has also been busy converting everyone on the ALPA system to SharePoint 2013, a new application platform that is much easier to use. IT has implemented OpenText to streamline email archiving and is also upgrading AIMS, ALPA's mass email distribution system, to provide faster deliveries and other capabilities. In addition, the ALPA Information Technology Advisory Committee meets June 18th to consider options for updating our website. I'm excited to report that the IT and Communications Department are in the early stages of updating the entire ALPA website. Imagine actually having a working search function. This will be a comprehensive change and not just a facelift. I hope to be able to provide you with more details this fall. And while I'm talking about IT, let me take a moment to congratulate Rick Harrell, ALPA's new IT director. Rick replaces Charlie Murphy, who retired last year. Rick has been a member of the ALPA family for 16 years. Please join me in congratulating Rick on this well-deserved promotion. I mentioned earlier that being a part of the family means looking out for each other. And another way we accomplish this is with the ALPA Emergency Relief Fund, or Pilots for Pilots. This fund depends largely on contributions from ALPA pilots and staff and provides for the immediate needs of members and their families who are affected by widespread disasters. The current balance of this fund is $46,078.98. It's vital that we make sure our members know about P4P, and we ask them to contribute. Any large-scale disaster can deplete this fund quickly. And many members have told me that they would donate more frequently if there was a way to set up ongoing contributions. IT contacted PayPal, which serves as our vendor for processing P4P credit card donations. These discussions have been very positive, and IT will work with PayPal on developing and testing an interface. A timeline has not been established yet, but I hope to have more to report in September. And I want to thank the Air Wisconsin pilots for the novel way they chose to raise money for their fund. During their Christmas party, MEC Chairman Richard Swindell and others took pledges to have their heads shaved and raised $800. I challenge other pilot groups to top a shaved head. Come up with your own innovative ways to keep this emergency account properly funded. Families need time to spend with each other. And for our status reps, the next opportunity for FaceTime will come at the 45th regular meeting of the ALPA Board of Directors. This year's meeting is October 20th to the 23rd, and it will be the last time we meet at the Westin Diplomat in Hollywood, Florida. It's important to note that at this BOD, there will be elections for national officers as well as executive vice presidents. Also, please make note of these dates. Send your advanced agenda items by August 31st. ALPA will mail the advanced agenda on September 19th. The cutoff date for late agenda items is October 6th. BOD roll call numbers will be based on ALPA's voting membership as of September 30th. And proxies only work if someone in the office can provide a proxy. Remember that October 4th is the last day to send a meeting notice to fill any vacant office. ALPA's IT and council services staff are updating the delegate registration system we use at the BOD. The new system will incorporate a number of new features. We are testing it this month and finalizing all aspects by midsummer, just in time for our auditors from Grant Thornton to certify it for elections at the BOD. You will have an opportunity to see how the new system works at the September Executive Board. As for the BOD meeting, here's a quick rundown of events. There's a reception on Sunday night. On Monday, the national officers will start the meeting with reports in the morning. The president will ask for any late agenda items. Delegate committee work will begin, and we'll have a poolside reception that night. And what's a trip to Florida without a family photo? So Tuesday, we'll take the group photo and we'll add it to the wall of family portraits that we have here in Herndon. On Wednesday, we'll hold national officer elections and continue with the delegate committee work. And finally, on Thursday, we'll complete whatever remaining work we have and adjourn. MECs often hold meetings the week before the BOD, and space is available at the hotel between October 15th and the 19th. The BOD requires coordination and planning, so if you have any questions, please see me. In closing, I'd like to show you a copy of an old airline pilot magazine that I recently came across. On the cover is a 1931 quote from our first president, Captain Dave Benke. Benke said, "If unity at the national level is ever diluted, we would eventually face pilots giving away long and hard fought for gains that would eventually pit pilot group against pilot group." Our first president knew something about trying to keep pilots unified in an ever-changing industry. He knew about the many threats that plague our profession. Most importantly, he understood that we cannot lose sight of the larger issues. What's interesting about the magazine cover is that it's actually from 1983. When ALPA leadership was wrestling with anti-labor tactics brought on by deregulation. 30 years later, airlines are still looking for the loopholes. We all know about the fighting taking place at the international level with foreign state-owned and state-backed airlines and flags of convenience carriers. But even at the domestic level, there's tremendous pressure to give up compensation and work rules. We're told this is the only way our airlines can stay competitive. Well, tell that to a first officer making less than $20,000 a year. I was proud to see the 14 signatures on the recent Fee for Departure group letter that stated that we've had enough and it's time for some cooperation. Like a family, these pilot groups have committed themselves to supporting each other across airline brands and even unions to establish meaningful standards. As the letter that I'm referring to states, a pilot is a pilot, and the days of whipsawing one group against another by management is over. Only by watching each other's back can we defeat these kind of threats. And regardless of whether it's 1931, 1983, or 2014, someone will always be trying to take control of our routes and our airlines, and the compensation and work rules that we have earned. Only by working together will we be able to uphold this profession. Again, I want to welcome the JetBlue pilots. I'm always around during the breaks if you have any questions for me. And thank you for being active members of the ALPA family.